Hey guys, so today I have swatches of the OPI Jewels Be Bold collection for holiday 2022. These came from beyondpolish.com, so I will link that website down below. I also have an affiliate code with Beyond Polish, which I'll put up here and down in the description box to save you some money. 15 polishes here all together, so I will get right into the swatches. So the first polish is called Snow Holding Back, and OPI just describes this as a sheer white shimmer, and this has a really nice gold shimmer to it. So this is definitely sheer, but it has a fantastic sparkly gold shimmer to it. And because that shimmer is a little bit more sparkly and a little less pearl-like, there are no brush strokes through it at all. I think this would be really great as a topper as well because it's sheer enough to go over other colors, but even enough to be used in one coat. It builds pretty well. I did do 3 coats here just to see what kind of coverage I could get, and it definitely could still see my nail line a bit, but I actually don't think I mind how this looked in 2 coats either. So that is 3 coats of Snow Holding Back. The next polish is called Mary in Ice, and this is described as a pale pink shimmer. This is just a pink with that same gold shimmer. I really did not have high expectations for this. I was expecting it to be streaky, but it's really not. It's very even. It is definitely still sheer, but the shimmer stands out really well, and the formula is really good as well. So it covers pretty well in 2 coats, definitely still some nail line showing. So I did add a third just to kind of see where it went, but this is another one that I think I kind of like in 2 coats. I don't mind that little bit of nail line, but that being said, that little bit of nail line was completely covered in 3 coats. So that is 3 coats of Mary in Ice. The next polish is called the Pearl of Your Dreams, and OPI describes this as a baby blue pearl, and this is not even remotely what I would consider a pearl. And that is not a bad thing. This is so much better than what I would consider a pearl. The blue jelly base in here is pretty sheer, but I do like that it's a baby blue base. These kind of glass fleck flakies and the shimmer that's in here are amazing, and there's enough of them that you still get pretty decent coverage out of just those, even though the base is still sheer. I did still have some nail line showing after that second coat, so I did add a third, again, to kind of just see where it went, although I'm not really hating the nail line showing on these polishes, and I don't know why it's not bothering me. It covered almost completely in 3 coats. I could still see a little bit of nail line, but I had to look very, very closely for it, and I really can't decide whether I prefer this one in 2 or 3. Also, those flakies are very thin, and they lay nice and flat, so no texture issues. So that is 3 coats of the Pearl of Your Dreams. The next polish is called Go Big or Go Chrome, and OPI just describes this as a metallic silver. This one was a little bit sheer on the first coat, but nothing crazy. The formula is great on this, and this is more of a foil silver, so it's a bit more sparkly and a bit less chrome, so you don't have any issues with brush strokes. This is a nice silver foil if you don't already have one, but I will say I do prefer Zoya's Trixie over this. And this did cover completely for me in 2 coats. So that is 2 coats of Go Big or Go Chrome. The next polish is called Sleigh Bling, and OPI just describes this as a metallic gold. Good formula on this one and pretty good coverage. There are definitely some brush strokes through that shimmer. This is a little bit more of a chrome finish and a little bit less of a foil finish. It's kind of somewhere in between, but I would say it probably leans more chrome, especially with those brush strokes. I do wish this was a gold foil like the silver is, but it did cover completely for me in 2 coats. So that is 2 coats of Sleigh Bling. The next polish is called Pink, Bling, and Be Merry, and OPI describes this as a pearlescent hot pink. This is definitely more sheer than I was expecting it to be, but the formula is good and it is pretty even. And there is a nice little sparkle added in there as well. I really debated on whether I was going to do 2 or 3 coats on this one. It covered pretty well on the second coat. From some angles, I felt like I could see nail line, and from other angles, it looked completely covered. I did end up settling on 2, but you may need 3 coats for this one. So that is 2 coats of Pink, Bling, and Be Merry. The next polish is called Decked to the Pines, and OPI just describes this as a metallic green. This covers really well on the first coat, not quite a 1-coater, but very close. There are definitely some minor brush strokes in the finish of this one, so make sure that you're painting those as straight as possible, which is pretty much a joke because I cannot paint a straight line. This did cover completely for me in 2 coats, and after that second coat was dry, some of those brush strokes did kind of melt into the polish a little bit. So that is 2 coats of Decked to the Pines. The next polish is called Tealing Festive, and this is just described as a bold blue shimmer. This is a beautiful teal foil metallic. It covers really well on the first coat. The formula is fantastic and the color is super saturated. There are some brush strokes in that shimmer, but those do melt in pretty quickly as the polish settles. I did 2 coats here. It did cover completely for me, but you may actually be able to get away with 1. So that is 2 coats of Tealing Festive.
The next polish is called Charmed, I'm Sure, and OPI describes this as a rich fuchsia shimmer. This one was also a little bit more sheer than I expected, but it did cover very evenly. This is another one that I debated on doing 2 or 3 coats. I did end up settling on 2. It was not 100% for me, but it was close enough that I didn't feel like I needed a third, but I could definitely see a third coat being on the table for some people. So that is 2 coats of Charmed, I'm Sure. The next polish is called Rhinestone Red-y, and OPI describes this as a pearlescent red. The red jelly base on this one is actually really opaque, and those glass flakies do still shine through pretty well. They're definitely going to have more of a red tint because they are coming from underneath the jelly base. In the bottle, it definitely looks like those flakies will show a bit more silver, but that's just because they're stuck to the bottle and you're not seeing a lot of that base in between. This covered easily for me in 2 coats and no issues with texture. So that is 2 coats of Rhinestone Red-y. The next polish is called Feelin Berry Glam, and OPI describes this as a deep red cream, but I don't see red here at all. This is also the only cream in this entire collection. The formula is fantastic. The first coat covered really well and very evenly. It leveled itself out very nicely. It's just a good, solid cream polish. And this did cover completely for me in 2 coats. So that is 2 coats of Feelin Berry Glam. The next polish is called Pop the Baubles, and this is a clear-based gold and silver metallic glitter topper. This is a chunky glitter, so it takes a little bit of extra work. I did have to swipe off some of the extra base because the glitter isn't super dense in this. I did also have to do a little bit of extra manipulation to kind of move those glitters around and make it look even but random. I think this is probably on par with most mainstream glitter toppers. It might be a little bit low on the glitter, but not by much. And obviously this is glitter, so there will be some texture and it will be difficult to remove. So that is 1 coat of Pop the Baubles. The next polish is called Bring Out the Big Gems, and this is described as a red-brown shimmer. This has a great formula, great coverage. It's not streaky at all. It's very even. This did cover completely for me in 2 coats, and that second coat really deepened the color. My lights were not kind to the shimmer in this one. It has this really nice vampy glow to it that is not translating to the camera very well. So that is 2 coats of Bring Out the Big Gems. The next polish is called I Pink It's Snowing, and OPI just describes this as a hot pink glitter. This has a great formula and great coverage. It is chunkier glitter, so it takes a little bit of like a modified application. You just have to have a slightly lighter hand and move that glitter around a little bit. I also really love the addition of the pink shimmer in here in that base. That's what makes this polish look so nice. Silver glitter, pink base, great, but adding that shimmer to it is what really makes it come alive. And this did easily cover for me in 2 coats. This is some pretty sizable glitter, so you will need a top coat to smooth it out, and it is going to be more difficult to remove. So that is 2 coats of I Pink It's Snowing. And the last polish is called OPI'm A Gem, and OPI just describes this as a sparkling black glitter. Great formula here as well. This was not quite as even as I Pink It's Snowing, but that's barely noticeable. Just going from one to the other is where it really stands out. I also really love the teal shimmer that they put in here. It's such a nice contrast to that black base, and again adds that little extra something that I feel like a polish like this really needs. This easily covered in 2 coats for me, and the same rules apply with the glitter. It is going to be textured and it is going to be difficult to remove. So that is 2 coats of OPI'm A Gem.
There are 15 polishes in this collection. 15. And there is 1 cream. 1 cream polish. And I can't even be mad about that because, like, yes, 15 polishes, throw a cream in. But they did so many cool finishes and glitters in here, and I'm so excited about it. I didn't love the China Glaze Holiday Collection. I didn't love the China Glaze Fall Collection. Zoya seems to be boring us to tears lately. So I'm so happy to see so many polishes in a collection, so many different finishes, not a single red cream, not 1. I'm really excited about it. I have a lot of favorites here. So I'm going to start with I Pink It's Snowing. I love this silver glitter in this base. There's a little bit of a shimmer added in here. I think the pink base covers really well. And I actually would never say this. You'll probably never hear me say this again. I like that this glitter is not holographic. I think that it just being a really cool metallic silver mixed into this base works really well. So really like that one. I absolutely loved the Pearl of Your Dreams. This is one that I looked at in the bottle and didn't think I was going to like, but I loved how it looked on the nails. The little glass fleck, teeny flaky elements that are in there, they seem so much chunkier and so much more glitter-like once you get them on the nail, and I really like that. I like that it kind of breaks the whole polish up a little bit. So it is a little bit sheer, yes, but I really like the look of it. In a similar fashion, I really love Rhinestone Red-y. So I'm not usually a red cream fan. Lately I've kind of been liking the like orangey reds, but in general, not a huge fan of red creams. But I do like a red that can be very, very sparkly, very, very shiny, and that's this one. It's got those same kind of glass flecks in it as, I can't remember the names of these, the Pearl of Your Dreams, and I just think it looks super nice, perfect holiday polish. And I'm almost done. I really also like Tealing Festive. I do like Deck to the Pines as well. I like these little metallic green shades, but I feel like I like Tealing Festive a little bit more just because it has a little bit more of a like sparkly silver base. Imagine the base of Go Big or Go Chrome, but with a little bit of like teal mixed in. I like that. Speaking of Go Big or Go Chrome, this one's also fantastic silver if you don't have one like this. A silver foil instead of like a really streaky chrome silver. But I also really, really like Tealing Festive. This whole thing is just very exciting to me. I do wish that some of these had been a little more opaque, like, that's on my hand. Ugh. Like Pink, Bling, and Be Merry, a little bit too sheer. Actually, both of these like shiny, shimmery pinks were a little bit too sheer. But overall, I'm really, really happy with this collection. I don't think, here's the thing. If I was not like getting this for PR, I didn't actually see these in the store, I just saw them online. Maybe after I've seen some swatches, because I have seen some really good swatches, I don't think I would have picked up a single one of these. But having them in front of me and like looking at the whole spread and realizing like how creative they got with the finishes in this, I love this. I'm just so excited about it. So really, really happy with this collection. That is the OPI Jewel Be Bold Holiday 2022 collection. Again, those came from BeyondPolish.com, so I will link that website down below. I also have an affiliate code with Beyond Polish, which I will put over here. Hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I will talk to you later. Bye.